calling all forward-thinking estheticians. It's time to redefine the art of skincare and embrace a revolutionary approach that begins with your client's skin cell health. I'm pharmacist Benjamin Knight Fuchs, welcoming you to Truth Treatment Systems, where beauty begins at the cell. We believe you're not just a beauty professional, you are a healthcare professional. You want to make a positive difference and you want to make a good living, and we will help you do both. We're here to support your out-of-the-box thinking and empower you to question traditional products, outdated formulations, and old-school ingredients. Imagine a world where solutions to the skin's enigmatic conditions lie just beyond the horizon. At Truth, we're not just a skincare brand, we're a movement that encourages you to explore better solutions and find that aha moment that changes the game. You are an artist and a healer of the skin, and we're here to provide the canvas and the tools for you to create tailored protocols, leaving generic ones in the past. Sign up now at truthtreatmentspro.com and receive 2 complimentary mineral-rich electrolyte sheet masks. That's truthtreatmentspro.com, where healthy skin is beautiful skin.
Take Pro Youth to a whole new level with Rhonda Allison Skincare's Pumpkin E Serum. Its concentrated blend of vitamin E and pumpkin seed oil boost oxygenation and increase cell protection, while antioxidant support reveals healthy, radiant skin. Enhance your experience with our pumpkin cleanser, tonic, and enzymes. Check out our Pumpkin Power Kit to plump away fine lines, hydrate, protect skin from sun aging, and make skin brighter, firmer, and more youthful. Visit RhondaAllison.com and search for pumpkin.
Hello and welcome to ASCP Esty Talk. I'm Ella Cressman, licensed esthetician, certified organic skincare formulator, international educator, and content contributor for Associated Skincare Professionals.
I'm Maggie Staszcuk, licensed esthetician and ASCP's education program manager.
And we're back again to talk about something. We had an amazing response about our sales beginning at the Consultation podcast. So we really want to thank everyone for listening. You had more questions, which of course you would. It's an amazing topic and it really is foolproof, is what we kind of went over. Something else happened too in between the airing of that and now, and it kind of reminded me of maybe why people are so hesitant to sell. Also, maybe why some clients are hesitant to buy. So recently we'll just call it social media. I won't say specifically where this was encountered, but they used to be called pyramid schemes, then multi-level marketing, and then network marketing. And I think now they're called social marketing. Have you heard of those?
I have not heard social marketing, but...
Yeah. And they call themselves social marketing consultants.
Oh, it's fancy.
Yeah, it's getting fancier. And all of that is an aversion away from this pyramid, this organization of sales. Right? So first and foremost, don't come at me if you're part of that. I love it that you're able to find something you like and it's good. However, what I have a problem with, and I think what a lot of people have a problem with, is the method of selling. It's almost like deceitful, or one person said slimy. What's your experience?
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you.
Because it feels misleading, like you're praying and then you're going to get them.
Yeah.
And that experience happens to me all the time. Just be upfront. Tell me, hey, I've got this product. You can earn a lot of money doing it. And I think it works pretty good. Say that and then let me decide if I want to go on or not. So with all that in mind, let's go. How do we take that experience that's in the back of the head of the professional esthetician? Like, I don't want to come across sleazy or slimy or deceitful. And how do we approach a client who says, I don't want to be misled or deceived? So going after that, just to recap what we did, the episode number 221, we starting with formulating a plan that the sales really happens the minute the client walks in the door. We also talked about changing your mindset to not selling, but helping clients reach their goal. So if we take that, and we're now at the next part. We've gone through all the information. We've looked at the consultation form and dissected how those selling points are, or the consultative points are part of helping your client reach a goal. Let's dig a little deeper. Most importantly is that the preceding episode, we talked about really sitting back and just listening. The same continues here. Want to make sure that you're not finger wagging. You want to give the client the room to be honest, because I think we've all been there before where if you feel judged, maybe you're not going to divulge everything they're anticipating. So no finger wagging, no judging. Deliver these questions with just curiosity. Sometimes explaining that helps. We talked about it before too, but there's a lot of questions on this. All of them are in an effort for me to understand your skin so that we together can formulate a plan to meet your goals.
And I think, too, these questions are about finding out your client's goals. And you've already learned about their skin. And now it's what does your client want to change? And that's really going to be the preface for then retelling to them the proper products.
Yes. And arming yourself with that information. I think we're these MLM salesy or these drugstore salesy or these social media influencer salesy are not diving as deep. So we're really making something custom, right?
Totally.
I like to start with, how did you hear about me?
Oh.
Because I feel like that's disarming and it's also telling me something. How did they hear about me? From a friend, from a referral? They did not hear about me on social media. You guys all know how active I'm not on social media as far as like posting and creeping. Yeah, that's different. The next one is, what are you wanting to focus on? Because there could be so many different areas. What are you wanting to focus on? What brings you in today? Very important, because if they're coming in to relax versus they're coming in because they have skin dryness, two different roads.
Totally. And what I like to educate estheticians about is that what your client wants to focus on may not be what you want to focus on, but giving your client what they need is going to bring them coming back. And then you have an opportunity to educate them and say, yeah, awesome, you've got fine lines and wrinkles, and we're going to target that today. But I'm also noticing X, Y, and Z. So next time you can maybe work on that and also provide them products that's going to perhaps improve that as well.
Or you're here to relax? Awesome. You know that there's a lot of changes that still happen with those, quote, fluffy facials. You could still make a lot of positive changes, including moving lymphatic fluid around. But if they're here to relax, maybe they're stressed. And if they're stressed, maybe their skin is dry. So there's still opportunity. Don't discard that as a way to not recommend product.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now we've talked about these questions, these surface questions that you're going to ask, and it's time to get into it. So when we're asking them, what is your chief concern? Now we're going to explain the products that they're using, because you've asked them. The skincare audit is a huge, huge part of the process. You've asked them to bring everything in. Remember, you reviewed that during the time they were filling out their paperwork. Now it's your chance to really shine and show your expertise with the keeping in mind, what is your chief concern? You're going to explain why they need antioxidants. You're not talking about the antioxidant-rich serum you have. You're just explaining in general antioxidants, what they are, how they work, why they're important. They're going to have been familiar with these terms because they see it everywhere. They see it in magazines, on the internet, and TV. Next, you're going to talk about anti-inflammatory ingredients, because a lot of times this is going to loop back to something that's wrong with their skin, whether it's acne or hyperpigmentation, and even sensitized skin. Hyaluronic acid. One of my favorites, because the way that she pronounces it on the commercial, they're familiar with it. You're explaining what it is, why they might need it. Again, not specific products that you have, but ingredients, why they're important, why they need a melanin management or skin brighteners, why sun protection is important. Have you had that where people are like, oh, I wear it when I go outside?
Mm-hmm.
So taking the time to explain, you're outside when you go to your car, you're outside when you go from your car to your office or wherever you work, you're outside more than you think about. So there's still degradation, cellular degradation. So taking the time to explain it, again, just ingredient generally. Talking about why you wash your face at night and in the morning. Not a finger wagging, just explaining the difference. In the morning, you're washing away this is how I say it. Like if you work in an office, at night they come in and they clean. and they take out the trash. So when you wash your face in the morning, you're taking out the trash. Because some clients are like, I washed my face last night. Why do I got to wash it this morning? Obviously, they're washing at night because they've had this encounter of different things throughout the day. Why do they need to wash it again in the morning and just splash my face? So explaining those. Why are peptides important and how they relate back to their skincare concern, whether it's peptides that are going to encourage rebuilding of the skin for wrinkles and such, whether it's peptides for skin brightening or cell signaling, explaining that in a palatable way. And then exfoliation, why they need to exfoliate every single day. Are they doing too much? Are they doing not enough? Or why is it important? How the cells slow down later on, why we got to just nudge them along, and where we do that. And in really anything else that's appropriate without just overwhelming them with too much, but explaining them. Here, what you've done is you've set that bottom crust of information for them that they go, oh, something they can recall. Also, you're telling them, you're kind of showing off in a little bit your knowledge opportunity. You're telling them, I know what I'm talking about without saying I know what I'm talking about. You're just explaining ingredients. You're not talking about products. You're not sleazy selling them what's it going to take to get you into this moisturizer. You're just talking. Hold that thought. We'll be right back.
DMK is unlike any skincare company on earth. Named after visionary founder Danae Montague King, DMK is committed to providing individualized products and treatment plans that heal skin on the cellular level, whether the condition concerns pigmentation, acne, inflammation, or signs of aging. DMK is home to the original enzyme mask, the game-changing formula that sends oxygenating, tightening, and exfoliating signals into the skin to enact changes in skin structures from the inside out. DMK's business is built on empowering estheticians with education. The DMK Tool Belt and Remove, Rebuild, Protect, and Maintain concept allow estheticians to be flexible when treating clients and bringing their best skin forward. At DMK, we believe everyone deserves to feel the confidence that comes with healthy, beautiful skin. Learn more at DanaeMKing.com. That's DANNEM Do you want to give your clients clear, glowing skin for good? Look no further than Face Reality Skincare, 3-time winner of Best Acne Line in ASCP's Skin Deep Reader's Choice Awards. As the #1 professional acne brand, Face Reality offers estheticians the most comprehensive online acne training to learn how to identify and treat even the most stubborn acne cases. Learn to use Face Reality's holistic treatment protocol, which includes in-clinic treatment, customized home care, and lifestyle guidance. Visit pros.facerealityskincare.com today to get started.
Okay, here we go. Let's get back to the podcast. So next, you take their skincare products. We've gone through them, and you're going to audit. Here you have a cleanser. It's good or it's not good. Usually the cleansers are fine. I'm going to be honest. The cleansers are fine. The least of your problem is going to be the cleanser. The question should be, do they have one?
Yeah, and my stance has always been kind of like you're saying, that is my least concern. That's something that you apply and immediately wash away. So put that aside and let's focus on the products that are going to be applied and then stay on all day.
Absolutely. And explain, hey, this serum, sometimes they're not good, but most of the time they're fine. Explain, when you're done with this one, I have a better one for you, but for now, keep it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that does? Starting with step 1. Oh, you're telling me I have something good? I did good? Okay, great. Next, let's look at serums. What kind of serums do they have or don't they have? Have you ever done like an audit like this and they have 4 different serums?
Yeah.
Yeah, so understanding why they pick these, where they bought these, what were the intention, how often are they using these? Gives you insight. My favorite thing is to tell someone they don't need that anymore.
Mm-hmm. That's my skincare regimen.
1 serum or 9?
I've got like 20.
Yeah.
Which am I going to apply today? How about all of them?
Yeah. Come out all thick skin. Real sluggish, as I say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So evaluating that, but also formulating, oh, you know what? What if I could put them into 1 serum that does more things? Like whatever. Maybe they need more serums. Maybe they need less. Do the serums that they have help them? Or like Maggie has all those? Probably. She looks great. Look at their day moisturizer. What does their day moisturizer have? Why do they have a day moisturizer? Do they need one? And explaining, this is your day routine, line it up. What you're missing is antioxidants, like we talked about. There's no antioxidants in your routine. Or you're doing really great. Daytime looks great. You don't need this. At night looks really good, except for what you're not doing for your goal is this. So after we evaluate you, let's talk about it.
And I think the key thing that you said there is this is not meeting your goal.
Yep. One of my second favorite things to do is to emphasize that this is not working for you. Why this is not working for you. Because I want to understand. You got it because your friend works on your friend's skin. I think that's normal. I think a lot of people do that. Let me tell you why it might work for your friend and not you. Let's look for something that works for you. Now, when you're doing this and you're looking at the products, how do you know? You're going to do a quick look at the ILs. Quick look. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to be a certified organic formulator to know that stuff or be super important. You're going to look at the top and the bottom of the ingredient deck and then look in the middle. Look at what it says it's going to do and then what you think it might do. So we're looking for the top 5 ingredients. Let's say that it is a hyaluronic acid moisturizer, and the first 5 ingredients are not hyaluronic acid, that it's the second to the last. Is that going to be?
Yeah, the first 5 ingredients are going to be the most important because they're most concentrated in your product. Those key ingredients, those features and benefits you want to see listed in the top 5 on your product bottle.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree 100%. And you can also see where they might be positioned throughout. So one for me is a vitamin C serum. I like to find out where in the ingredient deck is a vitamin C, because oftentimes it's several different forms. And then I look to see what form it is, where it is. Because I don't blame clients for being a little bit standoffish, because it can be such a deceitful, I don't know, deceitful is the right word, but
it's confusing.
A confusing thing. So I like to do that. I like to look at, when did you buy this? And look at the expiration if there is.
Yeah. Well, and even if there's not an expiration, when was this opened? How often are you using it?
Yeah. Smell it.
Yeah.
Ooh, girl, when I get those rancid oils, smell like Play-Dohs, I'm like, you smell that? I love it, because they're buying in and they're understanding, and it's solidifying. Oh, you're not going, girl, this. How long have you had this? This is ridiculous. You're not saying that. You're saying, you smell that? That's the smell of oil that's expired. So you can, let's go throw this away together. Or your SPF. That's good that you're using SPF. However, it expired in 2019 and we're in 2023. So it might not be as effective. Let's go walk over and throw this away. Or use this. This is another thing with your moisturizers. Use it on your shoulders. Use it on other parts of your body. Neck down, these are neck downs, these are throwaways, these are keeps, and these will be replaced later. At least now that they're aware, they're able to feel like part of a solution. The solution, not a solution, the solution. You can look at the routine and explain why they don't need what they have. Explain what they're missing. And what they can continue to use and how to use it is important. And then you need to explain at that time that after you perform a skin analysis, you're going to recommend some products that meet their needs. Is that okay? I always ask that. Is it okay if I can recommend some products after we do your analysis? I have some ideas, but I really want to see your skin up close before I confirm that.
I think that's an interesting approach. A lot of estheticians, I imagine, are not doing that. They perhaps are going through this consultation, they're going through this skin analysis, they may even be doing a product audit, but then to essentially ask permission to then recommend product, it is perhaps a good way to instill trust with your client. Oftentimes, I think the procedure is performed, and then there's a pile of product waiting for that client at the checkout stand, maybe even with a little recipe card. And they're hoping that the client is going to proceed with purchasing. And that's where you're having a disconnect with the client, and that purchase is perhaps not happening.
I remember the first time I got a facial. I was put in a room, The steam was blowing in up my nostrils. It was the most crazy experience. My hand was in paraffin in these like warming mitts. I felt so claustrophobic. She left the room, and we had like, I think my consultation was like it was not that big. I was like, oh, okay, this is how it goes. And then at the end, there was a basket at the cash wrap, and she said, here are some products that you need based on what you said and what I saw. And I'm like, oh, okay. And it was like, I still remember the brand. And it was like a post kit, a small little thing. I'm like, oh, I can handle that. And then the kit, it had an explanation. It wasn't for me. It was a packaged thing that was part of their process. Nothing was for Ella.
Mm-hmm.
This was for client A.
Right.
Like A+ for me, but like, this was for client A. It wasn't about me. And so I took that. I took what I learned from a makeup artist I used to work with, and he had this audit that he would do. I took that.
Mm-hmm.
I took my own concern about being sold to and given snake oil. I took that. And then I put all those together with a little bit of empathy and some compassion and or desire to give them what they needed. And voila, this works. This is my foolproof method because it's something that works for them.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, we take them into the room. You perform their analysis and their initial treatment. Why would you wait until after to decide products? Because you're formulating your plan based on a couple of things. You're also watching the skin. How does the skin respond? Maybe you're using certain things in the clinic room that you might have them use at home. But also maybe you're going, what am I going to do what do I think I'm going to do for the next 3 months for this person? The other thing of the benefit of doing this is you're creating a long-term relationship with them, and you're not having a single sale with a big old retail at the end. You're creating this foundation for a long-term relationship. So for me, I'm in the treatment room and I'm going, okay, here's what I'm seeing. I see that you're reactive to this thing, or your skin just sucked that right in. So this is what I'm seeing. This is what I think we might do for treatment. So I want to schedule you every 3 weeks with that in mind. I think your priority today are these products. In 3 weeks, we're going to reassess, and I think you're going to be on this product. I make a note so that they, again, solidifies this is what they need and not just a big sale.
Mm-hmm.
And also it gives them an opportunity to, like, not slowly, but to incrementally build their home care.
Totally. And even, so you're talking about skin analysis and then talking about what you are now seeing on the skin, tying that back to the conversation you had in consultation, but then even through the entire treatment, still always tying back to that initial conversation. And I think that the client is then making an association. So for that example you gave, that client who says, I'm just here to relax, but there's still change and still health you can bring to the skin. So the client said, my goal is relaxation. You're discussing what you're seeing with the products they brought in during that audit. You're discussing how you can still make change in the skin, still bring health to the skin. And then in the consultation, you say, you know what, I'm noticing X, Y, and Z. That's starting to click in the client's mind. Then when you're doing the treatment, you're explaining, even though they're relaxing, I'm applying this product that is going to do X, Y, Z. And while they're relaxing, you're now then tying it back to the analysis and that conversation in the consultation, Like the end goal is that by the time the treatment is done and they're checking out, they have been educated. They've learned something. They're knowing more about their skin, and they're ready to buy a product that's going to help them achieve their goals and make their skin better, beautiful, and more healthy.
Nailed it. 100%. And you know what that does too? Maybe that relaxing person has a skincare routine and they don't buy anything, but guess what they do? They refer. Oh, I just had an amazing facial. You need to go to this person if you're having a problem. Even though they came in to relax. If you're having a problem, you've got to go see Maggie, because Maggie knows what's going on. She knows her stuff. Go see her. So if you take that approach with every single person, you approach them with kindness, compassion, and that desire to help them reach their goal, and you do so in a way where you're presenting this in an educational way with an energetic hug, you're going to be successful. The other thing is the consultation, the initial consultation. It's not where it stops. It continues on at every single appointment. This is something we both stress all the time. Similar approach. Never be afraid to reevaluate what they've got going on. You're keeping them on their toes, if you will, that their product needs will change because their skin will change, whether they're coming once a year for relaxing or they're coming every 3 to 6 weeks for changes. Their needs are going to change. And so you're keeping them on that, where you're always in charge of recommending what they need based on what you see, and the foundation starts here. The most important consideration for selling retail should be meeting the client's needs, period. Approach each new client appointment with the intention of creating these long-lasting relationships. For that, they don't absolutely have to buy the farm on the first appointment. Establish priority products and plan for integrating new products at each appointment. This acknowledges your commitment to a long-term plan and instills trust between you and the client. Now, listeners, we really want to hear from you. Does selling retail or home care come easy for you, or do you find it challenging? Be sure to let us know. Comment on our social media posts or send us an email at getconnected@ascpskincare.com. We want to know all the details. In the meantime, thank you for listening to ASCP Esty Talk. For more information on this episode, or for ways to connect with Maggie or myself, or to learn more about ASCP, check out the show notes. As always, stay tuned for the next episode of ASCP Esty Talk.